a brilliant young creator, gone in the blink of an upload. That's the truth behind the story of Emman Atienza, a 19-year-old TikTok star who seemed to have the world at her fingertips, yet battled a darkness most of us never saw. She was born in 2006 in Manila, the daughter of TV host Kim Atienza and educator, conservationist Felicia Atienza. Growing up bilingual and creative, she embraced fashion, art and social media under the name Emmanuelle, or simply Emman. From humorous clips to vulnerable truths, she built a following of nearly 1 million on TikTok. Emman grew up in a household some would call privileged. Her father is the well-known Filipino TV host Kim Atienza, and her mother Felicia Atienza is a respected educator and conservationist. She was born in 2006 and raised in Manila, bilingual and comfortable in both English and Filipino. From early on, she showed creativity, an interest in art and fashion, and eventually found her way to TikTok and Instagram under the name Emmanuelle, or simply Emman. She built a following, hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok, a niche of Gen Z viewers who resonated with her humor, style, and vulnerability. But this wasn't just another influencer stacking brand deals. Emman leaned into openness. She spoke about her mental health struggles, about feeling unseen, about fighting to be authentic in a world that rewards curated perfection. Her voice felt real to many, and that's what made her special. Yet that openness came with a cost. By her own admission, she had been dealing with treatment-resistant illness since the age of 12, an illness she described as only getting worse over time. She revealed a past relapse of self-harm, and in later posts admitted that posting had begun to feel hollow. In September of 2025, she quietly deactivated her TikTok account for a time, citing that she was finding it increasingly hard to be authentic and proud of her content. Months of smiles and trends and likes couldn't mask an inner exhaustion. There were also more public moments. A video surfaced of a Guess the Bill dinner challenge in the Philippines, where Emman and friends clocked a large restaurant tab, over $130,000, Philippine pesos, more than $2,000, which triggered backlash in her home country. What was meant as fun was interpreted as tone-deaf. She responded, explaining sponsorships and saying it wasn't about glamorizing wealth, but the incident stayed with her. Suddenly, the bright lights of influencer stardom collided with scrutiny, class criticism, online trolls. She had spoken in earlier posts about receiving death threats and hateful commentary, some of it political. The same platform that elevated her also weighed heavy. In the summer of 2025, she made a big move, relocating to Los Angeles from the Philippines. A new city, a new stage. The posts changed. Lake trips, rock climbing, friends, new freedom. On October 20th, she uploaded what would be her final video. Smiling, jumping in a lake, hiking, life looking bright. 2 days later, she was found dead in her Los Angeles home. The cause of death, suicide by ligature hanging, as confirmed by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. Her family announced the loss publicly on October 24th, sharing that their daughter brought joy, laughter and love, and had a way of making people feel seen and heard. They asked for privacy, but also encouraged everyone to carry forward the qualities Emman lived by: compassion, courage, and a little extra kindness. What many might miss is the disconnect. Here was someone recognized for helping others feel less alone, yet she felt increasingly alone herself. The move to the U.S., the social media grind, the expectations, even from platforms built on authenticity, can quietly erode someone's sense of self. There's a broader question here. When creators share their struggles publicly, does the exposure help, or does it widen the gap between real self and online self? Emman's story points to the latter. The platform that promised connection also amplified pressure. Her legacy, though brief, carries a message. For her followers, her openness about mental health issues was rare, especially in regions where stigma remains strong. She dared to lean into vulnerability. That alone echoes now. So the question to leave with you: if someone who seemed to have it all, right platform, big following, could struggle this deeply, what about the rest of us? The viewers, the silent watchers. What responsibility do we have when someone shares pain? And how do we look beyond the highlight reel to what lies beneath? In memory of Emman, let her story remind us that authenticity isn't always safe, that kindness matters, and that sometimes the strongest people behind the screen are fighting harder than we see. If you or someone you know is fighting, you're not alone. There's help and there's hope.